Tell me I can't do it. I will prove you wrong. I will show you that you're mistaken. You have chosen the wrong one to tell that they can't do something.
You're making me angry. Whether you've been through abuse, verbal, mental, physical, whether you've been in jail, you come home, it's hard for you to get a job, whether you're out there right now, if you can get this message in your head for all those years, all that torment, all the everything that I've ever been through in my whole entire life. I kept faith. I kept faith. You know, I didn't have, my family. You know, I didn't have money. You know, I didn't have, the best education. You know, I didn't have a lot of stuff that most people have that they take for granted these days. But the one thing that I did have was faith. I believed that God didn't bring me through all this stuff to just let me die. And I'm 325 pounds, pure muscle.
Search your soul and remember the slaps, remember the punches, remember, dig deep and out and leave.
Hulk! Smash!
If you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? And so that's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, or not knowing how to get through hard times. I literally put myself in a fire repeatedly, like a sword. You put a sword in a fire repeatedly and repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're gonna get a nice sword. And then you keep on beating it. You gotta beat the shit out of it. And that's what I am. Yeah. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We gotta figure out why you are this pussy. Why are you this pussy, man? What is wrong with you? What's going on here? So I kept on putting the sword back in the daggone fire, and I just beat it harder. And I beat it harder. Before I knew it, I started realizing, all right, man, the brain is starting to get hard. You can't dissect anything in 72-degree weather. You must put it in the fucking freezer and freeze the fuck out of it. And then you dissect it. Dissect it when it's miserable. Dissect the brain when all it's thinking about is, I need to get out of here, man. I want to get out of the fucking freezer. Open the door. And you said, nah, 5 more seconds, man. 5 more seconds in the freezer. And that's when you start to pick that brain apart. And that's what all this stuff did to me. I kept on putting myself back into the freezer or the fire and beating the shit out of myself.
Hulk! Smash!
Insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is Sparta!
You can't finish this. I'm like, really? Man, I'm gonna serve you up and eat you every day like a steak. My dad, he was a big money guy. I'm like, okay, you love money so much, watch me outgross you and your whole damn family combined.
The hell am I doing telling myself this crap? Like, if I feel this way, I'm gonna be my dad. Find a way to just reverse the whole thing. I'm like, no. Because I don't have a college degree, I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna do this. Because I was always small, I'm gonna do this. Because I have no money, I'm gonna do this. Because my friends think I can't, I'm gonna do this. And all of a sudden, I started changing his story, not overnight, but over weeks. It became my empowering story. I wasn't looking at a deficit. I'm like, screw you guys. You think I'm not gonna do this because I don't have what you have? I'm gonna blow right past you.
Thank you for helping us till now.
rise! Remember this day, man. Or it will be yours for all time.
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. You gotta start your journey. It may suck. You wanna break my motherfucking legs? So be it. I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering and I will take your soul. So every instructor that put me through Buds, my job, what drove me, was I wanted you to go home that night after you beat the living shit out of me and I smiled in your face. I wanted you to feel worse than I did and you were going home to a nice warm bed with your wife or your kids and a nice meal and I was still out there in the grip, suffering for another 100 hours. I wanted you to think about me, knowing that I'm comfortable being very unfucking comfortable. So the dark side is something that I've designed. It's an evil place I can go that very few things can hurt me. I use the hurt you're trying to put on me, I flip it upside down and use it. You trying to use it for kryptonite? No, it's power pillars for me.
We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.
You stand your ground and fight. Fight? I don't know how to fight. Just think of someone you hate. Come on, man. Get ready for this, you cunt. Come on. Come on, get off that fucking truck. Come on.
If you can take it, you can make it. All right, you train, you fight way harder than those other guys, and you win. You get out from under them. Or you keep going the way you're going and you end up as a bum in the streets.